Hey man, welcome back to Man Time. Today's episode, I have got the 281 figured out. I want to put it head to head against the G660 in some really huge chunks of round red oak here. I've got to cut this up so I can eventually start, milling it. But anyways, let's put these two chainsaws head to head. Welcome to Man Time. Well, the first thing, most important thing in running the chainsaws course is will it start? So, I just got done doing service to both of these chainsaws. They're both fully fueled up and chains freshly sharpened. So we should be good there. Last time this quit running, or I shut it down, it was still barking, and I finally figured out it was the spark plug. It had some cuts in it, so like a, professional technician that I am, I stuck my finger down in there and it arced, straight through the wire. Figured out the problem. But let's try to start both of them, see how easy it is to start them. We'll start off with the 281. No decomp on this one. Matter of fact, no accommodations for a decomp. So you gotta mean it when you pull this over. Pretty sure I did machine work on it. May not have, though. But the squish is right there at the 20 thousandths everybody's looking for. So let's try it out. That's good. Pulling this over more than a couple times is not fun. Well, the start-stop switch is not working on that one. It ohmed out okay. I might have a wire. Sometimes at those wire connectors, the wire breaks off where it's got the shrink wrap on it. So hopefully that's the case. All right, let's see how the G660 wants to start up. Did the muffler mod on this one, and seems to be taking it pretty well. Alright, first things first, runability check. It's warmed up. I got it tuned in where it's not too lean, not too rich, idling okay. Alright, restart. Let's see if it'll restart without the throttle and with just a pull, decomp in, brake on. Alright, let's cut some big wood. All right, well, it survived. This is a nasty piece of crotchwood. I'd like to. I'm looking at my chain. I'd like to say it's my fault for the chain not being properly filed, but it's dead on. Rakers are set. I'm thinking this is just a super, crotchy piece of wood and super hard. Let's try it with the 281. man. Oh, these are big chunks of wood. Big chunks of wood. You can see there the, 660, it was having some issues getting through there. And like I said, I'd like to say it's the chain, but I sharpened both of these chains yesterday the exact same way, the exact same angles, the exact same depth on the rakers. So, I don't know, we'll go through the same piece of wood here that 660 just got done going through and see if there's any difference. There's a huge knot. I mean, there's just a huge knot, so it's cutting through this nasty burly wood at a pretty good clip, really. I think when I get this cut up, I'll take a couple cookies off of there. I've got a 28 on this one, and no, it's short by a couple inches. So that's the nice thing about having the long bar and the big saw. Yeah, these are just razor sharp. Okay, we'll try to get through this one. Again, bar is not long enough to make it all the way through there, but we'll give it a shot. Alright, well that was the 281, and this piece of wood right here, it is all burly and knotty. I mean, there's just a huge, this whole thing is just burl and knots. But let's try the 660 in that same piece of wood. 281, awesome. Bar just a little bit short, right? So, try this one. That's out of gas already. Holy smokes. Man, it's going to be nice in my big wood stove, you know, with a 36-inch log capacity to be able to lay that one in there. Again, if the bar can reach through, this is a 36, and I'm losing about 2 inches here, so about 30 inches of cutting, and so this is about a 28-inch chunk of wood, or 30-inch, and I've got a 36-inch length capacity in my wood stove. So when I get a big bed of coals, it'll be really nice just to throw in this big chunk of burly heartwood and just a couple of these and let the thing go all day. Well, I've got a couple different theories on the chain shatter. One, actually, I think I've got 3 theories on the chain shatter for the 660. The major one, I guess, would be that the chain is an off-brand, you know, no-name chain. So the likelihood that it is going to hang with a C83 is pretty unlikely. It is... Oh shoot, I'm not going to have enough gas to fill these both up. Man, this thing chugs through gas. That was very few cuts. We started with a full tank, and it was just chewing through the gas. All right, so 3 theories. One, it's a long bar, but it's a new bar, so that's the least likely theory, that it's just a long length of chain and has the ability to kind of rattle around. Second theory, beyond the budget chain, is going to be oiling. The chain is drier. This saw does not oil as well as the 281, so it gets dry in a long cut. You can take a look at it here and see that, yeah, it's completely dry. And I bet we've still got a full tank of oil here. Well, it ain't full, but it's got plenty to pick up in there. So, I didn't fill up the oil before I started because it seems like this one isn't a 1-for-1 on the oil and gas situation. And even though it's, yeah, see, that was almost empty, and it's a smaller tank, smaller oil tank than the 281. Yeah, 281 still has quite a bit of oil, but again, oiling better than the steel. And I mean, yeah, quite a bit more fuel left in the tank too. Some versus none. Pretty low on both of them, but this one was still going. All right, let's cut up some more of these. I think I'm going to try to cut up this big one over here a little bit more and see if we can't get it far enough away from there to be able to cut off a couple rounds. I want to try that. Oh, I love these Texas winters. There we go. Man, I tell you what, as hard as you try to pick out the right handle, I was hitting some wood with this and I was like, why is it jerking out of my hands? I don't know if you can see down the barrel here, but the wood was twisted when I got the handle, and now the handle is pointing this way and the rest of the handle is pointing, you know, in line with the head. So I had it halved, you know, perfectly with the handle, but then the handle went to, you know, going to the natural twist of the wood. So I'm gonna have to rehandle it, and that's too bad. I like this handle. I like this handle profile a lot. Nice and, you know, skinny and round down here, and then nice and fat up here. That's too bad. All right, 660. At it again.
Whatever, all this ever but you long gone, it don't matter. Ride or die, that's been the deal. The light of your back, I disappear. But if you don't play that for me, my cigarette from when all the smoke is clear. I'm brushing away for you, the weight for you, the weight for you. Don't need an old man.
That's a pretty nice saw. The fact that it is able to do that with a 36-inch bar, and it hasn't blown up yet, you know, for just over 300 bucks is pretty fantastic. Well, I just got done mixing up a fresh batch of 40-to-1. This saw is thirsty. And again, that's in stock form, and I'm not like running it rich or, I mean, anything. It's just a thirsty girl. And it has a big gas tank. There's no doubt. This thing has a lot of fuel capacity. So that's not it. Just thirsty. Alright, so what I'm going to do, a couple cookies, one with each saw, just to kind of see where we're at. Yeah, where we're at for cut times. Both of the chains still razor sharp. Should be good to go. Pretty long sustained cut there. Alright, 281. Now it's not going to make it all the way through, but we'll just cut like we're cutting all the way through and see what it does, huh? Oh man. All right, man. Well, that was the. Hold on, let me get my PP off here. Holy smokes! As easy as this seems, this is not easy. Whew. Good night. Whew. Alright, man, that was a side-by-side comparison of the Holzfforma G660 versus this ported up 281 that I did. I've got a full video series, two-part series on porting this saw. I'm bringing it back from the dead. This was actually a freebie saw for me from buying a couple 3120s from an ex-tree service widow. So, man, I love this saw. For a good day out in the woods, I'm going to choose this saw every time over that one. So much faster, more powerful, basically everything better. Better oiling, better saw, start-stop switch. You know, that could just be a wire broken like I was saying. And I'll dig in there and ohm out those wires and see if I can figure out what's going on there. But, I mean, the G660 is fine. And for doing stuff like this, I'd rather run the G660. Again, because I'm not invested in it, it's not an heirloom type of tool to me, where this one is. Again, runs much faster, much better, and yeah, I think that is. I think that's going to do it. As easy as this seems, this is actually pretty tough work getting these huge, knotty, burled up rounds. I mean, look at this thing. I mean, just wet green red oak, and I mean, yeah. Chains are cutting good though. Again, the oiling is better on this one, so I've got a dry chain on the steel. I can see it right here. You know, so that could be causing some of that chatter. But anywho, those are the two saws head to head doing work like we do here on Man Time. Anyways, that's going to do it. Get out there, have you some Man Time too.